It's a happy day. I want to first welcome all those from One Heart, One Mind. Yay, let's all welcome them. This is kind of a fun thing we're doing. And Michelle, did you leave me?
She'll be back.
She'll be back, okay. Momentarily. I won't say anything. Anyway, I love the idea of having congregations together. I think it helps us to see that we're not little, but we're more than what we appear. And also just getting to meet you and to say hello and to, there she is, okay. I didn't want to be by myself after I did all that. So what we do here is we have an opening song. I think, Sylvia, you're taking it?
Yes.
You do it with Victoria. So we're going to, and Lucille too.
And also,
Look at this.
Ooh, who's
Ooh.
that?
So for those of you who can stand up, please do. And I say that nicely because I have some people who can't, and it's okay. And I think we have the words on there. I didn't put the words up there, so I'm in the right place. You're in the right place.
All right. So with
You'll know
bright
this song.
faces. You ready?
Name on. Yeah, it's a name on song. Okay.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Now we're going to do this together, and I want to hear you. Ready? We're going to do, oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Here comes the fun part. We're going to pretend we're on tour. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Hey, hey, hey. My soul is welcome here. My soul is, I want to hear you. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Woo! All right. We got you all excited, and now we're going to say, let's take it down. So today we have the privilege of Sylvia and Rob are going to do the meditation and prayer today. So I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes and settle in and let them take you to that nice place.
Under the anger, under the fear, under the despair, under the brokenheartedness, there is a radiance that has never been harmed, that has never been lost, that is a truth of who you are. Finding our truth does not make us perfect. It makes us conscious. God is with us, living in and as us. We are a divine idea in the mind of God. And in the silence, I invite you to contemplate this. I embrace the beauty of my divine imperfections.
And in our New Thought tradition, we recognize that there is only one thing that makes up the entirety of the universe. Just one thing. And since we only have one thing, we want it to be a good thing. And as luck would have it, it's a really, 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 really good thing. I am so happy that I get to live in this one thing as this one thing. And I am so delighted that you are also part of this magnificent one thing. And this one thing feels so good. It's like being in a great club. This club is just delightful to be in. It feels so good. I am so happy to be here in this universe that just couldn't be any better. The word perfect comes to mind because that's what it is. I am so delighted that this is true. And as the one, speaking as the one, by the power vested in me, as one with the one, I hereby declare that this is a tremendous assembly of people here today. All the people in this very room, the people within the sound of my voice, I am so grateful that we have come together, that we are blessed and we are splendid. We come together to support each other. We come together to be delighted in each other's progress, to smile at each other, to love each other, and just to be happy in this group. I am so delighted that the speakers today are divinely inspired to know the exact right words to inspire us to live a better life today and all this week as the goodness unfolds for all of us. Because we are here and we know that goodness is coming, because we are here, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for all this splendor. I am so delighted that this is so. I release my word unto the universe. I let it be. I let it go. And as the one that we are, we say, and so it is. And it is my pleasure to turn the festivities over to Lucille Park.
Thank you.
Thoroughly.
Oh, okay. It's great to see everybody. All right. Okay. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a mother too. And I have lived in the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. Yes, you have. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God.
Thank you, Lucille. I thought of your mom when you sang that. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. So I want to welcome everybody here, all those that are online. We have online. So if you're not working with her, you can come watch us online too. No, they can't see you. They're way back there. So I welcome everybody that's online. And God gave me this idea that we bring congregations together. And Michelle was one of the first persons I thought of. And we've known each other for a long time. I knew her when we just did internet like this. Yeah.
I was figuring it was probably about 2004 or 5. So
Really?
almost
20 years. Oh my gosh. We've been doing this that long?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So I hope you enjoy what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to do the personal. She's going to do the worldly. And basically, it's perfectly imperfect today. So let's welcome Michelle Ingalls, Reverend Michelle.
Can I set this on here?
You can put it on there. It won't matter.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome, everybody. And thank you, Ulm Center for Spiritual Living and Reverend Suzette, for inviting us back into your home. We had a great time last time we were here. We're delighted to be back. So yeah, we had a little conversation about who would go first. We're talking about perfectly imperfect. And as she said, Suzette's going to talk about the individual being perfectly imperfect, that we are both human and divine. And I'm going to talk about how we are collectively perfectly imperfect, because we have this collective human consciousness that we're all thinking into, and at the same time, we're all God. It's, as Rob, beautiful invocation. It's the thing. And I was thinking about the thing itself, just as Holmes told us. Anyway, I'm grateful to be here, and I think perfectly imperfect is a wonderful way to describe our beingness as human beings who are divinely sourced. So I want to pause for a minute to kind of give a shout out of gratitude to our founder, Ernest Holmes, because he put together, synthesized, sourced, authored, however you want to language it, this beautiful science of mind philosophy that gives us this really wonderful common ground to come together, right? It gives us that space, that safe space, to come together in a real deep connection, no matter who we are. It's a consciousness of peace and inclusion, connection, compassion, love. And it doesn't make any difference who we are, where we came from, what our background is, any of the things that we've experienced during our lifetime. It makes no difference. All we have to do is show up with a willingness to be open, to expand and grow, and to be loved. That's all we have to do. What a gift we have in that. So I'm super grateful for that. And I think it also helps us to ground ourselves in spirit, to look beyond our human differences, which we have many, and to look into our unity. Here we are, we're all one life. It's how it is. So Ernest Holmes said that we have within us the seed perfection. I think I actually even mentioned that last time I was here. He said that maybe it is hidden perhaps from objective view, which is so true. I found that to be really true. I have to dig really deep to find that seed perfection sometimes in myself and in particular in my husband. Wasn't going to say that, it just slipped out. But in other people, but it's there, and I know it's there. So, perfection doesn't mean that everything is exactly the way we want it to be. It's got to be perfect, or I'm not going to enjoy it, or that we even get everything we think we should have. It doesn't mean that at all. Perfection, or perfect, comes from the Latin word perfectus, which sounds like a spell that Harry Potter would do at Hogwarts. Perfectus. But really what it means is complete, full, finished, nothing lacking in any way. It means that everything is present. Everything that we need is present. The gift has already been given. It's right where we are. We have everything we need. The seed perfection is the fullness of life. It's the potential within God that we can always call on and resonate with. It's the fullness. And it is the way, we are called to nurture, to germinate that seed perfection because it's the way that we express our divinity through our humanity. That's what we're called to do, to express our divinity through our humanity. And isn't that the reason we come together every week? Isn't that why we do prayer groups together and classes? We come together to remind each other who we are, to remember together, to learn together, to be together, to know together the truth of our being, to remind us. It's this resonance that rises up from us when we come into these spaces, these wonderful spaces of common ground. And I love that about us. And let's see, what else did I want to say? So we see that both individually and collectively, that we are these seeds perfection that are expressing in a variety of human ways. And when we come together, we try and let go of any judgments we have, any preconceived notions about each other, and we just be with each other as we truly are, truly, deeply, right here, right now. And it's not like we're blind or anything. I mean, we can see that there's mistakes and errors and stuff that people, drama, but we know that there's a higher truth. We know that there's a deeper resonance and a higher vibration. Because we're metaphysicians, we know how the law works. We know that when we sit in that, when we resonate at the level of that seed perfection, then that becomes our fullness. That becomes who we are individually, and then we radiate that out into the world around us. That's who we are. Ernest Holmes called that race consciousness, when we distribute those vibes, whatever they may be, into the collective human consciousness. I never really liked that term, race consciousness. I was never very fond of it. I think human race consciousness is a little bit clearer and certainly more specific and more inclusive, so I just usually say that. But we know what it is. We're all thinking into the same human collective mind. And I wrote down some stuff because he had some specific language that I really wanted to share. And, sometimes I'll get so carried away that I'll forget to use it, so I wrote it down. So Holmes said that each of us carries within us ideas, impressions, and attitudes that we haven't ever actually, personally, individually thought in our own conscious mind. That they are part of this larger, what did he call it? He called it the subjective unity of human consciousness. Leave it to Holmes to make it as complicated as possible.
That's right.
I mean, seriously. The subjective unity of human consciousness. It's groupthink, folks. It's just we're all thinking into the same thing. So, and then he said, and I like this because it helps us understand how the collective human consciousness works. He said that the more and more the individual mentalities, our thoughts, come into sympathetic vibration with each other, the more we receive suggestions from each other. Well, we all know that. If we walk into a room where everybody's angry and grumpy, it doesn't take long before we all get angry and grumpy together. But if we come into a room like this that is filled with peace and filled with love, it doesn't take long before we're all feeling that vibe, that we're coming into sympathetic vibration with each other, as he said. We all know how that feels. I can feel it in the room right now. It's a very pleasant feeling. So let's see, what else did he say? I think that's pretty much all. Oh, well, he did say this. He said that we each have this individual atmosphere of being. And that so do groups of people. I mean, we see that. Organizations, businesses, nations, they have a common resonance. Although right now our government seems a little divided. There's two resonances going on there. But you get the idea that when we come into a group and we hang out with these people for a long time, or we plug into what is in the collective consciousness, we start to have a sympathetic vibration with, we come into a sympathetic vibration with each other, as Home would put it. And I think this is a really powerful idea for us as metaphysicians. We know that the pattern of our thinking and feeling and being, it takes, that law takes hold of it, and it individualizes the law at the level of our belief, at the level of our thinking, feeling, and being. We know that that's how it works. Well, what if we all come into that seed perfection, grab a hold of the potential and the vibration of that, and start making that the pattern of our thinking, feeling, and being? Then our lives would be an expression of our divinity. Then we truly would be expressing our divinity through our humanity. Then that would be what we're putting out into the world as well. That we're raising the vibration of that, what is it he called it? The subjective unity of human consciousness, the groupthink, the collective consciousness of humankind. If we raise that up, then wouldn't people begin to start coming into sympathetic vibration with that? I think so. Can you imagine how empowered we actually are? We think that, we're not really that powerful, and how can I really affect change? And it's like that old thing. If you think you're not powerful, you've never been one person alone in a room with a mosquito. Yeah, we're powerful. But what if we all, in our collective consciousness, came together in that vibration? And what does it take for us? All we have to do is feel our way into the transformation, make ourselves available to the potential that is within the seed perfection. I am way off of what I was going to talk about, but that's okay.
It's okay. It's maybe 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
You know you got plenty of time.
I'm good? Okay.
You're good.
All right. So here's the thing. I don't know what the potential of that seed perfection is. You guys don't either, because we don't know what we don't know. We've never experienced it yet. But we can make ourselves available to it. I don't know how the butterfly transforms into a caterpillar. I know it moves into a blob of goo and cells, but I don't know the process. I don't have to know. But I make myself available to it by nurturing every day that personal, intimate relationship I have with the divine good that's right where I am. The gift has already been given. It's right where I am. And I don't know how it will outpicture, but I trust that it will. And underneath when we look around right now, we're seeing kind of this, big mess, really. I mean, it looks kind of messy. And it's discouraging because we're so used to letting the outside world tell us what's going on. No. Underneath the chaos and the confusion is an order and a brilliance and a harmony that is rising up, and the old must break down for the new to emerge. And that's what I think we're seeing. I don't know how that's going to look, but I know that it will, and I know that it will be beautiful, and I trust in the nature of God. A couple of things.
Amen on that one, yeah.
Holmes said, all about Holmes today, that we individualize the universal. Well, we also, and he said this too, universalize the individual. Our point of view, what we think, matters. We can and we do affect change. We are empowered by the very nature, because we are the thing, right, Rob? Yes, we're it. So we know that we are empowered to do this. We just have to open our hearts, be willing to sing, vibrate in that seed perfection, and let it take off. I was reminded, I actually talked about this a couple of Sundays ago at One Heart, One Mind. I told the story about Nelson Mandela's transformation. I'm not going to tell the whole thing. I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version. But basically, you know who he is. He was in jail in South Africa for standing against apartheid for 27 years. And he writes in his story that on the 17th, I do have to preface it, that for most of that time, those 17 years, he said, I should probably not go too far away. He says that he lived in intense hate for the three men that he mostly saw every day. They were his jailers. He hated them. Hate was consuming him. And he knew that if he didn't find a way through this, that he was going to die in jail, that he was going to die in prison. And so he decided that he would let go and find a way to love. And so he spent that whole 17th year trying to get to know these jailers, to love them. And he said that by the end of that 17th year, he knew about their wives, their children, their parents, their lives. He said that he knew in his heart that if he was going to be, and his people were going to be free, then his oppressors had to be free too. That he had to lift it all. And the only thing that could do that was the transformational power of love. And so that's what he did. And the rest is kind of history. We know the kind of leader he became, how unifying he was, and how much good he did in his lifetime. But it was that transformational power of love. And we all have that potential within us in every little situation. In every little situation, every big situation. I know Holmes said there is no big or little in God. I believe that's to be true. I think the Course in Miracles says that all expressions of love are maximal. I love that. All expressions of love are maximal. Got to tell a funny story. So I have this gopher in my yard. God, me and this gopher, I tell you, we go round and round. He keeps pushing up all this stuff in my lawn, and I'm like really bummed out about it. So one day I stick the hose in the hole, and here comes this little gopher, and he's so eyes, his little teeth, and I'm like, I can't kill you, dude. I can't do it. So I dug this gopher up with my shovel, and we have an acre of land. I took him all the way over to the other side, and I let him go over there. I mean, you know, I guess all expressions of love are maximal, because I just really couldn't do it. So that was kind of just a funny aside. So my point is that we're empowered. We are thinking into the group think. We can either decide to think at the level of those low vibrations of hate and division and separation and I got to get mine because, you know, I don't want you to get it. Or we can rise up above to the level that knows there is always enough. My good is your good. Like Mandela knew that his oppressors must be free too, or no one is free. We are empowered to do this. I personally am committed to know and trust that when I vibrate at the level of that seed perfection, not even knowing how it's going to manifest or transform, that I am doing my part and I am empowered. And I know you are too. We will see peace on earth.
Wow. I'm going to let you borrow my cat. Oh, my God. My cat is waking me up every night between 12:30 and 1, and says, I have to go out. I have to go out. I have to go out. And I can tell you, almost every single night, it's either a rat or a gopher.
Oh, God.
A rat
Yeah,
or a
I can take
gopher.
your cat, but then
But she
come
might
up-
not like you because
I
I'm really special to her.
I might be complicit in the death of the gopher, and I don't know.
I know. I know. It's interesting you're talking about the collective consciousness. In one of the things that both of us get is we're on a minister's listserv. And yesterday, something from Kathy Ann came over. Did you get that? I don't know if you got that. But it was about how we have the ability to get into the muck, or what we have learned through classes and being together and coming to church and practicing is to look for the good, is to turn away from that. And to me, that's what we teach. It's not that we say what's out there is not out there. Hi. What we say is, it's out there, but I'm looking for the possibilities. I'm looking for the good. So I'm just going to end your talk with that, because I think it's really good. No, I'm not done.
Oh.
I'm just starting now.
Wait
Wait a minute. I'm ending your talk. So we're going to start with the individual. You sitting in those seats, who are either perfect or imperfect or perfectionist or not a perfectionist. Well, come on through.
He's looking for you.
No way.
Yeah. Come on through.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So here you are. Stop trying to fix yourself. You're not broken. You're perfectly imperfect and powerful beyond measure. Same thing you said. Powerful beyond measure. What's funny about this statement is, as I started writing this, and I didn't even look at the talk title or talk, I just thought, well, how does this come out? So I started thinking about, God, in my 30s, that was a long time ago, I worked for this company for this young man who came in, bought the company. He's okay. Who came in and bought the company, and he had a motto. Here's what the motto was. Can you forward that, please? What do you think that means? Don't. No, it's not a dirty word. Anybody guess? Do it right the first time. No, that's good. Most people don't know that. And in fact, I liked it so much, that I had my license changed. It said DERF 2. DERF 2. Now, what's interesting about having a license plate that just has letters, every once in a while somebody really wants to know what it means, right? So I'm driving home one day, and I noticed somebody's following me. I'm like, what's going on? And it's scary if you notice that somebody's really following you, right? Anybody had somebody follow you? Yeah. So it's a little scary. So they're following me, and I'm thinking, and this is just about the time that you start to get cell phones. So this is a long time ago. So I call home. I say, hey, listen, somebody's following me. Be outside when I get home. I'll be there in about 5 minutes. So I'm walking around my neighborhood, and they're following me everywhere. I'm like, boy, I don't feel very good about this. They follow me. I go around the big corner, and I stop in the middle of the street. And I'm like, and I get out of my car because somebody on the other side's there for me. And they go, sorry. We just want to know, what does it mean? And I'm like, I know. And that's how I felt too. I'm like, well, anyway, what I said to them is, do not do that again. Don't go following cars to find out what it means. I said, you freaked me out. And they apologized and they left. The thing is, do it right the first time. It's a great idea. And I love my boss. I absolutely love this man because he took our company from 7 million to 17 million in a very short amount of time. It was because of his consciousness. And he was doing science mind, and I didn't know anything about it back then. Anyway, I mentioned that, I don't think I put it on here, that I had the number 2 on there, DERF 2. There's 2 reasons why. Number 1, he figured it out and got it right the first time. Right? He did right the first time. And the second one, 2, was, let me see if I can find what I meant by that. What did I mean by that? See, I'm all so excited about that. Oh. Well, basically what 2 meant was be conscious about what you do. Just be conscious about what you do and do it too. Also. Do it also. Don't wait. So, I have a confession to make. Ooh. And this is not catechism, okay? I am not a perfectionist. No. See, they all know that, right? You should clap for that. I am not a perfectionist. I am far from it. Now, I tell you that because I make a lot of mistakes here. And I do it on purpose. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But in my household, Cynthia is the perfectionist. She's the decorator. She has the right color. She, does all these really cool stuff around home. But when she gets in trouble, guess who she comes to? Me. Because I'm the how do I say that now? I'm not a perfectionist. That's it, right. So, I gotta stop this from doing what it's doing or I'm gonna be in trouble. Because I don't have to have a ruler to see that it's 5 inches or 6 inches. I can use a string and make it work. In fact, as I was practicing this this morning, I thought about when I was a little girl, around 12 years old, 13 years old, my grandmother came to me and said, the toilet doesn't work. I said, okay. So back then, it was bobby pins and rubber bands, right? You remember that? Yep. Bobby pins and rubber bands. I went and I fixed the toilet. And it worked the rest of the time we were there. Yay! You get it? But the thing is for years I have believed that there was something wrong with me. Who here is not perfect in the sense of perfect? Gosh, I'm really having a hard time.
Imperfectly perfect.
Imperfectly perfect. Who are you? How many of you are up there? Okay, good. Thank you. I need that right now. But I looked at life differently. It didn't have to be exact. It could be kind of. So I always did things differently. I didn't do it like everybody else. Even in math, I did it differently. I didn't care if it was perfect, right? Who cares, right? Good was good enough, in my opinion. I looked at it this way. I wasn't putting a rocket up into the moon, So I didn't need an engineer. Close enough worked, right? And I always seemed to find a creative way to solve a problem. And to me, that's perfection. Perfection. So I found this quote. It's interesting that you said complete. We're complete. But this is an interesting quote that says, perfect is often defined as without any error. But the secondary definition, complete, is much more reasonable. You are trying something new, so embrace the mistakes because they are progress towards completion. Yeah. So I'm here talking about you, what we go through, what we put ourselves through, right? Who is a perfectionist in this room? Stand up. Oh, see, I got a whole row. There we go. So I'm talking to you.
I'm a recovery.
You're recovering. What I want to say is that I like not being a perfectionist. I love it because it gives me permission to forgive myself when I make a mistake. It really does. I don't have to worry about things. I don't beat myself up all the time. How many? All right, you back there, do you beat yourselves up? Yeah. Now they're hiding. Okay, they're standing up for me. I'm not beating myself up. Instead, I look at things like I'm solving a problem. It's a problem. Just needs to kind of be fixed. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be whatever it is. And I've come to realize, I think you'll get this in a moment, that everything in life is a creation. This is a creation. This is a creation. This is a creation. It's not always straight or crooked. It is what it is. But I wrote this down. I thought this was a God thing. But a perfect pattern of possibilities that fit together. A perfect pattern of possibilities that fit together. What I think about is my house. I've been there for 18 years and we've remodeled everything. There's not one corner that is straight. Right? It's not. You know what I mean? You have a tiny house. You understand that. It's perfectly imperfect because it fits together. It comes together. It holds itself together just the way it is. And I don't have to do anything to change it. I look at my ceiling and it's, here's a real interesting story. We had a whole house fan not a whole house fan, I'm sorry, an air conditioning put into our house. So we have air now and heat. Didn't have that for the first 12 years. It was an interesting life and very loud because of all the window air conditioners. But in order for them to put it into the house, they had to take out like 2 of these at one time. And my ceiling was just this big hole. And I thought, how are they going to fix that puppy? How are they going to make it look like it never existed? Well, they did. They did, but you know what? It hasn't been painted since. So I look at this perfectly imperfect ceiling and go, it's just fine. Nobody notices because they're all watching TV on the big screen. What do I care, right? Another thing that I love about being imperfect in a way is I have more empathy for others when the appearance, Tom, where are you? Tom isn't here? I'm here. There you are. Tom said the appearance of an error or imperfection happens. It just is what it is. There's nothing more to it. How many times have I made a mistake here, guys? All right, don't count. Every day. In fact, on your thing I put, it should be one heart, one mind. It says on heart, one mind. It's on heart too. Okay. I have a lot of stories because I think stories tell us how it works. So last week, I got to go to a music recital for young and old music students. You'll appreciate this one. And I think they must have had 600-700 kids. But they were between the age of 5 to 60 years old. It was pretty amazing. So, but by the time we got there, we were the last group at 5 o'clock. We were from 5 to 6. There were at least, I don't know how many students, but probably about 20 people we got to listen to. And they all played to all the moms and dads. About 100 people, right? Now, the week prior to that, Cindy was in it. She was practicing away. I don't even remember the song. I was like, I don't want to hear it again. But she was practicing her song until I didn't want to hear it anymore. Anyway, it was so much fun watching everybody do their very best. And I have some examples. In fact, I think I have a slide for this. There you go. So they had piano, they had guitar, they had drums. Anyway, the kid on the left is not really him, but imagine this kid on the, I almost tried to make his hair spiky. He had spiky hair, and he looked just like that kid. He was so cute. He was playing the drums, you know, doing his thing, and then he messed up. He didn't care. He just kept hitting that drum. And he was hot. He was in it, man. And when he got off, he walked out, and he went. He was so proud of him. And we all just clapped for him. It was like, it was adorable. Adorable. And then there was a teenage girl who was so shy. I mean, you could hardly tell. She was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And so her teacher came up next to her, and he sat there with the guitar with her, and he played with her. And she, it was very, very quiet. But she did it. And when she got up, she went, thank you. And we all clapped the same. It did not matter. It did not matter. In fact, that was the best part, was clapping for all of their mistakes. It was so much fun. Because I know, and we all know, that as any child that has an experience like that, they grow from it. They approve of themselves. They keep working harder. They don't care if they make a mistake. And that's what we want to know. We want to know our children are okay to make mistakes. They'll just get better. And then there was Cindy. Now, she had worked for months. She's doing Stairway to Heaven next time. Anyway, she really played very well. And I have a picture of it, a video of it. And nobody in the room would have known she messed up except for the expression on her face. But she kept playing. And then, of course, she stood up. Oh, I know what it was. Before she even played, she announced that because she's a therapist, she says, I'm a therapist, so if this really offends anybody, come see me afterwards. It was great. It was great. So the whole idea here is, I know. But we all just clapped for each other, you know. It was just seeing everybody come together, and I was kind of dreading it, thinking, oh God, we're gonna, and it was the opposite. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful example of just loving each other. And I didn't know anybody in the room except for the 4 or 5 people that I was with. It was perfect. It was perfect. So I'm going to end with this. The spiritual journey begins with a pause, a centering in God pause, and over time becomes a constant and ceaseless prayer, an honoring of and a connection with the divine in you awakens your essential self. And I thought about this quote, and I thought, well, think about this. How many people have played an instrument? Almost most of us, okay? When you start to play any instrument, there's a big decision that happens. Do I do it? What do I play? Am I ready? So there's this pause that happens to us. And then all of a sudden we go, okay, I picked the instrument. I played violin, viola, cello, and baritone. What a bunch of stuff. Because when I was in junior high, they didn't have a baritone. So in high school, I wanted to be in the marching band. So I was on the front row, played a baritone, the easiest instrument in the world to play. But I had to make that decision. Every one of those individuals that were up on stage had to make that decision. So they made the decision, and they got centered in themselves. That's the, okay, I'm going to do that. That's the God within them going, I can do this. I can do this. And over time, they keep practicing and practicing. That's the ceaseless prayer. And then, as they continue to practice, they start to get in connection with the rhythm, the keys, the strength in their hands, whether it's playing the piano or the drum or playing a guitar. They start to get in connection with themselves, their God selves, and then they start to awaken. That's what happens to us. when we know that's where we want to go. So being perfect or imperfect is like a prayer. Doesn't matter which way you go. Doesn't matter if you're good at it. Doesn't matter if you're perfect or imperfect. It just matters it's a prayer of how do I complete this? How do I make this happen? The thing that happens to us is that when we go through life and we understand this is who we are, we understand this is the way I do it, is that we start to be resilient in it. You know, I can remember not feeling good about myself and then realizing as I bought a house 18 years ago that was totally had to be destroyed and putting it back together, I can do this. I don't have to be perfect at it. In fact, I was going to bring something here broke. It was one of those sweepers, right? And then I get this confession that says, we broke it. It says, we'll buy you another one. I said, let me look at it. So I took it home. I should have you go get it. Somebody go get it. And I ended up just taking out some parts, and I put it together, and I made it stronger.
Oh my.
And then I gave it to him. I put it over here. It's not there anymore. I put it over here so when on Wednesday night they came, he could see it was fixed. It was like, hello, I recycle everything. That's right there. There's tape, there's screws under there. I did that so nobody would get hurt. Right? You follow me?
I appreciate you for this.
You're welcome. We have a lot of people who like cookies here. The thing is, we're able to bounce back from mistakes or from our failures when we know we can. We let go of our setbacks. It's not important anymore. We just let it go. Who cares, right? And I personally, and I think that all of us here should be looking this as opportunities. Opportunities to do something else. We expand, we evolve, and we do it easier. We don't fight it. I find that when I'm in a project that I can't figure out, it's not the day to do it. It's like going to buy clothes and then nothing fits. I'm like, I'm out of here. I just don't do it. I come back another day where I think I've lost 5 pounds. The point is that whatever we do, however we do it, it's all perfect. It's all perfect. So if you're a perfectionist, stand up, perfectionist. Stand up there, Kelly. All right, who else is a perfectionist? All right, this is for you. God bless you. Now don't go away, but have patience for us non-perfectionists. Have patience for us. And when you get in trouble, you call us. Okay? You can sit down. Now, if you choose to stand up, if you're a non-perfectionist, please stand up. A non-perfectionist. Perfectly imperfect.
Does that count the recovering perfection?
Sure, recovering works. Recovering works. God bless you too. Don't go, no, don't sit down yet. Love the perfectionists as they need you. Love them. Give them a break. You know, just say, oh, let me look at that. Let me look at that and see if I can figure something out. But love them because you both need each other. Have a seat. Does everybody feel okay now? So we have the collective consciousness, the human collective consciousness. We have the individual consciousness. And it all ends up with love. It's just love. So I'm going to pray over that. And then we'll have Lucille back. You want to come up and pray with me?
Sure. I can do that.
I know you can. So I'll start it, and then you want to do the mid part?
Sure.
Speak into the microphone so we can really
Speak
hear
into
you.
the microphone. Like,
Ready?
yeah, because I'm so quiet.
You are.
Hey, I'm a teacher. I got a
That's
big
right.
voice.
You do have a big voice. We have to have a big voice up here, right?
Gotta.
So close your eyes and let us know that right here where we are is the divine essence of the one thing we know and we call God. It is right here, right now, in this sanctuary, moving through each and every one of us in different ways, in different patterns, in different thoughts, and different ideas. It is here, now, bringing forth the goodness of each of us because we choose to be here, to be together, to love each other, to accept each other the way we are. There's no right, there's no wrong, there just is. And that's good enough. And so I know as I am connected to that one presence, you are. We are. The world is, even in the confusion. We're all connected to the divine essence that brings forth that good that we expect to see. And so I'm grateful for that. And I turn the prayer over to Michelle.
Oh, so standing on that wisdom, that inspiration, I speak my word for and about each and every person that is in this room and each and every person that is not. That there is a new knowing, a shift in consciousness that is aligned with the seed perfection, that knows who it is. And that knowing of who and what we are, the divine made manifest, comes through in every action, every thought, every feeling, every way that we move through the world. We truly do express our divinity through our humanity, knowing that everything is in divine right order. There is nothing to fix because it is all purpose, all perfect. We simply recreate by what we already are. So I just know that all is well. I am so grateful. And in that gratitude, we are expanded to receive even more of the good of God available to us. So I just give great thanks for that. I know that as I speak these words, they impress law. They're already so, and they make their way into manifestation in the world. I rest in that. I allow it to be. And together we signify our agreement by saying, and so it is.
Amen. Yay. Good job.
Good job.
So let's welcome Lucille Park again. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I'm right, I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in this song. A butcher, a baker, drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. Why? 'Cause I'm everyday people. 'Cause I am everyday people. There is a blue one who can't accept the green one for living with the fat one, trying to be a skinny one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ooh, sha-sha. We've got to live together. Ooh, sha-sha. We've got to live together. I am no better, and neither are you, 'cause we are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then you can't figure out the scene I'm in. 'Cause I am everyday people. 'Cause I am everyday people. long one that doesn't like the short one for being such a rich one that will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ooh, sha-sha, we've got to live together. Ooh, sing that with me. Oh, sha-sha, we've got to live. We've got to live together. There is a yellow one that won't accept the black one, that won't accept the red one, that won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks. So on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Everybody, ooh, sha, sha, sha. I am everyday people. One more time, ooh, sha, sha, I'm everyday. I am everyday people. One more time. I'm everyday people.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Everyday people. Perfectly imperfect. I love it. All right, so this is our time of giving and receiving. Now, there are some instructions here so that we do this properly. If you're with one heart, one mind, please write on the outside of the envelope, if you're offering something today, one heart, one mind, just so that those funds go directly to you. Okay? If you're with Om, put Om on it. Okay? That way we don't we got a little confused last time, so we'll make sure we do it properly. And you can, I think we have Venmo here. Let's see, my watch isn't going off yet, so those of you online, they Venmo and my watch buzzes. So anyway, that'll happen when it happens. So I do have a few announcements with that. You guys want to stand up here and wait while I do that, or afterwards? Okay, stay there. All right, so a few announcements. I do this because I can't remember everything we're doing. Okay. How many people are going to Balboa Park? If nobody's going, it's okay. I'll go home. You two are going? I'll go home by myself. All right, it's at 2 o'clock. Now, we have lots of food today. So if you're not going, see, it's buzzing. Please stay for food. We brought lots and lots of food today. So that's at 2 o'clock. We are offering a roots class, which will start in August. And then I'm doing a forgiveness class with Michelle Wadley's book. It's really good. Really great class. So that's happening. And that's, oh, let's see here. Not Reverend Natasha's here today. Let's say hi to Reverend. Yay. Oh. So that's all the announcements I have today. So if you have an offering, I invite you to put it on your heart. If you send it through Venmo, which I know some of you had, put that on your heart. And then I'll pray. I gave you enough time, I hope. There we go. So close your eyes one more time. And let's know that the offerings that we give today to both organizations are created by the one mind, the one infinite presence, the heart of our organizations that loves and adores each and every one of you. That Spirit has guided us to be here together, and we're grateful to share the company together. And so I know as we give, we do receive. And as I say every single week, we don't get just a little bit. We get a lot because our eyes are open. We see the good in front of us. And when we don't see the good, we change it to create the good in our life. And so I bless the offering. I bless each person that's here today, those that are coming, those that are online. Knowing the Spirit has brought us together to accept and to know that this teaching changes the world. And so with that, I give great thanks. I let it be, and join me in saying, and so it is. Here you go. No. Of course you can. Of course you can.
I just wanted to remind everybody that we're doing on Tuesday evening, we have just an hour book review. We're doing Thank Thank and Grow Rich. It's kind of a spoof on Think and Grow Rich by Pam Grout. She's funny. Anyway, we're skipping this Tuesday because I'm headed to Betty Reagan's husband's memorial on that day. But we'll be back the next Tuesday. And if anybody wants to join us, we're on Zoom. It's fun.
All right. Send me the link.
Okay, I will.
I'll put it in our newsletter. All right, so anybody have a birthday this month?
Yes.
Stand up, please. Yay. We have a birthday cake just for you. So this is Leanna. So let's sing happy birthday to Leanna.
Happy
and Victoria too. Oh.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Leanna and Victoria.
Happy birthday to you.
Very good. Let's turn those lights up. Let's turn those lights up, and everybody stand. We have an affirmation we do at the end of our services. This was created when I created Om way back when I was hiking around, and God said, write this down, and I did. Swear, that's how it works. So let's say this together. Ready? I am an expression of God, born into the richness and abundance of the indwelling presence. Today I walk upon my world, consciously creating my oneness within and around me. And so it is. Hit it, maestros. Join hands.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. This be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Woo! Good job, you guys. Yeah. All right. I think we have fresh coffee and lots of food. Have some salad. Have some whatever there is. Good job.